Hello everyone, and welcome to the tutorial on HSC Maths 2012. So I'll be going through the recently concluded exam paper on the HSC. Okay, let's get started. So part A, I'm starting with question 11. I'm skipping the multiple choice altogether. Question 11A is asking me to factorize this 2x squared minus 7x plus 3. Okay, my personal way of factorizing these kind of questions is, first of all, just open up brackets, right? And how do I factorize 2x? There's only really one way, and that's to go 2x and x. And how many ways is there of factorizing 3? There's, again, really only one way, 3 and 1. But now I've got to figure out, do I put 3 and 1 over there, or 1 over 3? Okay, if I put 3 over here, I will get a 3x term and a 2x term. There's no way I'm going to get 7x from there, right? So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 1 over there, and I'm going to put 3 over there. So now I get 6x and 1x. They add up to being 7, so there you go. So now I'll worry about the sign. It's going to be minus and minus. Okay, minus 6x, minus 7x. Okay, so there you go. That's the solution. Part B. Part B is asking me to solve this absolute value of 3x minus 1 is less than 2. Okay, to do these kind of questions, you need to think of two different situations. One is when 3x minus 1 is positive, right? Which implies that x is greater than a third, right? In that case, I just have this 3x minus 1 is less than 2, so I need to solve that. Now, if 3x minus 1 is negative, right, which is implying x is less than a third, then I need to consider the case when okay, so basically that's a minus 3x minus 1, because remember my 3x minus 1 is a negative. The absolute value is going to make it negative of a negative, has to be less than 2. Okay, so this point is really important to understand, and I think that's what a lot of people skip out on. Okay, if 3x minus 1 is negative, then I need to make it negative of a negative number to get the absolute value. Alright, so let's do these two things. Alright, so solving this, I will get 3x is less than 3, x is less than 1. Okay, now, so I'll leave that there for now, and then I'll come back here, and then solving this one, this is saying 3x minus 1 has to be greater than minus 2, because remember that taking the minus to the other side flips the inequality sign. Therefore 3x is greater than negative 1, x is greater than negative a third. Okay, so now I need to, because remember, I need to be constrained by these situations, right? So x is less than 1, but it's greater than a third. So what this is saying is that x is between a third and 1. What this guy is saying, I guess I should say greater than or equal to over here, and I'll say greater than or equal to over here. And over here, I can say, okay, it's greater than minus a third, but less than a third, right? So it's going to be between minus a third, right, but less than positive a third, right? Okay, now what I can do is I can actually combine the two together. I can combine the two together and go x is actually between 1 and negative a third. Okay, I hope you understand that. If you don't, please leave comments below and I will explain it one more time. Alright, part C. Okay, find the equation of the tangent to y equals x squared at x equals 3. So that's what we need to do. So any tangent question, straight away jump into it and differentiate it. Okay, so jump into and differentiate this. So I will get y dash is equal to 2x. Right, so that will give me my gradient. So at x equals 3, y dash will be equal to 6, right? So now I'll use my point gradient formula. Y minus y1 is equal to mx minus x1. So I know x1 is going to be 3. I just need to figure out what y1 is. So y1 is equal to 3 squared, which is 9, right? So now I have y minus 9 is equal to 6 times x minus 3. So I can't leave it, I shouldn't leave it there, sorry. I should expand this and simplify this. So I will have y is equal to 6x minus 18, and taking this 9 onto the other side, I will get plus 9. Alright, so I will end up with 6x minus 9. Okay, part D. So, okay, part D is asking me to differentiate y is equal to 3 plus e to the 2x all to the power of 5. Okay, so this is using a chain rule a few times, right? So y dash, this 5 goes in front, so I will get 3, and then 3 plus e to the 2x to the 4. So remember, you don't touch what's inside the brackets yet. And now I differentiate what's inside to go, so I'm multiplying this by 3 differentiated is 0. E to the 2x differentiated will give me 2 e to the 2x. Okay, because I get the 2 from differentiating the 2x. Okay, so simplifying this one more time, I will get 10. 5 times 2 is 10. E to the 2x, 3 plus e to the 2x, all to the power of 4. Okay, part E. Part E is asking me to find the focus, the corners. So it's x squared is equal to 16, y minus 2. So that's what they're given. Okay, so they're asking me to find the focus of the parabola. So in this case, A is going to be equal to, so remember when I put this into my usual notation, I have x squared is equal to 4ay, right? So A is simply going to be 4 times 4 gives me 16, so A is going to be 4. Okay, now it's a question of what does this do? All right, so what it's going to do is shift y down by 2. Okay, so if I draw this, so what I really have, okay, let me rewrite this one, this thing. So if I rewrite this one, I will have x squared on 16 plus 2 is equal to y. So my bad, it's actually shifting it up by 2. So this 2 isn't really doing much except shifting everything up by 2. So if I had x squared, it's the same as saying x squared equals 16y, and then if I shifted that thing by 2, that's what I will get. That's the equation that I will get. Okay, so let me just draw this out. So it will look something along the lines of this, right? And that point over there is going to be 2. Now the focus I said was 4, right? So I know it's symmetric. And on the y-axis, my focus. So the coordinates of the focus is going to be 0, 2 plus 4, which is 6. Alright, so it's all thanks, so I had to rearrange this equation to see what happens. So I get this one, x squared on 16 plus 2, right? And then I had to find what A was. So A was the easy part, but it's just shifting it up by 2 was the tricky part. Okay, and last question of this section. Okay, the area of a sector of a circle of radius 6 is 50 centimeters. Find the length of the arc of the sector. Alright, so let me draw this out. So I have a circle, and there's a sector, and the radius is 6. So forgive my drawing, but basically the area over there is 50. Okay, find the length of the arc of the sector. So I need to find this length. Alright, so let's the first thing first, let's find out how big this angle is. Alright, so to find this angle, I'm going to do this in radians, by the way. So the area of a circle is pi r squared, right? So in our case, it's going to be pi times 36, right? So I'll write it's 36 pi. But the thing is, this angle, it's theta. It's the fraction of the size of that sector is theta on 2 pi, right? Because the entire angle, the going all the way around is 2 pi. It's theta on 2 pi, or theta of that 2 pi, right? So that's why I multiply by theta on 2 pi. And this is equal to 50. Okay, so now I have an equation. I can solve this to find my find the angle theta. So crossing this 2 pi out, I get that, and crossing 2, I get 18. So 18 theta equals 50. So theta is going to be equal to 50 on 18, or rather 25 on 9. Okay, now if you remember the length of an arc is r theta, right? So now I know what r is, and that's 6, and I know what theta is. I found it up here. It's 25 on 9. Okay, so don't rush into getting your calculators. It'll be, I can simplify this to be 2 on 3. So it's going to be, my length is going to be 50 on 3. Oops. Okay, well, that's it for question 11. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. And thanks for watching.